And there's your 3. Okay, so that works? Same kind of things. Number 8 from Funky Primer, some syncopation, and the new breed. All right, now the new breed is really tricky because you're doing like with this, and then you're, with that. All right. So all my students say to me, "I have such a balance problem. I'm like falling off my stool." Yeah. So separate exercise and doing that kind of stuff. I'm getting your left foot moving is really helpful. I won't go into that now. So okay. So here's your 3, and your new breed. Here we go.
Same thing with 5. Oh, I spilled my water.
The water's in here. 5. So 2 plus 3, and then. There's a 5, 8, 4. You hear those 2, the nexus of the 2 rhythms again? You hear that? Okay. And then fast forward through the same spiel. Heather, thank you for taking pictures. I really appreciate it. Okay. And there's this. All right, so you're going to read. There you go. And 7. So you're 7. And it's helpful to do something like this in the meter that you're in too. Just to practice in the meter to get the independence of your left foot, because putting it against the other.
By the groove and and that's an interesting and hard concept, and it was one that I was just watching my friend Jason Sutter play a clinic. He talked about touch and feel and these words, how very hard they are to describe and what that really means. But you can also tell when the drummer has a unique power to really light the band up. It's very strange, and I've seen it a million times, and they can also cause a lot of confusion. You get that look where I know I'm having a good night when the singers' heads are kind of bobbing and they get in a good mood, and maybe they weren't when they got there. If they're grooving, I know that the pocket is right. If they have that look on their face like, what's that smell? is something's usually going wrong. They're not happy, they don't feel supported. And that's a big thing for singers, is that they feel safe, you know, in the groove, and they don't have to worry about it. So if you get that wandering look, and I feel that way sometimes when I'm playing. I just feel like I'm not being as aggressive as I could, and not aggressive in volume sense, but aggressive in the support, in that foundation for them. So that's one thing that I've definitely been trying to work on. That happens with tempo, of course, and it happens with dynamics, and it also happens with feel and your technique. And I've often said that great sounding music eventually, at its essence, leads back to the technique. Drummers we're lucky, I guess, in a sense that we get a sound out of anything. We just hit something and we've got a sound instantly. There are some instruments that, unless you know the technique, you cannot get a sound out of them at all. So it says quite a bit for us and what we have to deal with. We have other challenges. We have to tame this beast and keep it under control. But there are a lot of instruments like a trumpet. If you don't know how to blow into a trumpet, you can't even get a sound out of it. So technique is a great and useful item. I also